Bhagavad Gītā Om Jaya Bhagavad Gītā Hariya Kamala Viharini Hariya Kamala Viharini Sundara Supunite Om Jaya Bhagavad Gītā.
The next speaker is Miss Rachelle from Netherlands. Thank you very much for your presence. Today we will celebrate. We are celebrating Bhagavad Gītā Jayanti. Miss Rachelle will. How to pronounce your name? Rachelle or Rachelle or Rachelle?
My name is Rachelle, but if you could say Rachel.
Rachelle. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Miss Rachelle from Netherlands. Now she will speak about Bhagavad Gita, her experiences with Bhagavad Gita, because Netherlands, if I remember Maharshi Mahesh Yogi was living in Netherlands long time ago. We also visited Netherlands. We stayed in Netherlands for some days.
Did you like it?
Netherlands is a very good place, and also good people, good nature, and also the inner nature. So people like you, because you are sitting in Netherlands, you are ready to speak on Bhagavad Gita. Now I request you to express, to present your views on Bhagavad Gita. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Om Swastiastu. My gratitude for giving me the floor to speak here. I have been listening to every single speaker, and I'm very inspired to learn more. I'm like a novice when it comes to Bhagavad Gita. Even though the first time when I found the Bhagavad Gita was 20 years ago, and it was in the Netherlands, where I stumbled across a Hare Krishna who was on the street selling Bhagavad Gitas. And this was the first time when I saw a Bhagavad Gita and I bought it. It was a version from 1919, so it was a very old one. And it's been traveling with me wherever I went. But I never read the Bhagavad Gita up to, I think 3 years ago, I started to get drawn to it when I met Prabhu Dharmayasa, who became my teacher. At that same time, I started to work with people who suffer with Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease is it's a disease from the system where there's no cure for it. What it does is it freezes all the muscles in the body. And people know it maybe as the shaking disease, where people start to shake uncontrollably. But it's also that when they walk, they freeze, they can't move anymore, they can't smile anymore. So at the same time, when I met Prabhu Dharmayasa, I also started to help my sister with people who suffer with Parkinson's. And this disease is a very terrible death sentence. And I found it very hard to see their struggle and how they had to surrender to the fact that they sometimes very young get a death sentence. The youngest that I met was 41, but I know some people are 27 and they already get this struggling disease. Now, what my sister was doing, she was helping them through dance, through music. And if they could move on the frequency of the music twice a week, their quality of life would increase. It would get better. And I saw it with my own eyes. And it amazed me, the power of music, which is frequencies, and what it does to a human being. We know that people who have severe dementia, for instance, at the end of their life, through music, will always get memories back. So it's very powerful. I didn't quite link it to the Bhagavad Gita then, but last year I had the blessing of going to Bali, and I spent a week with 150 children who were every day reciting the Bhagavad Gita. So for me, I started to recite it on a day-to-day basis as well. I did this for 3 months, and I started to notice that not just by reading silently, but by reciting it out, by the frequency, you find more peace and calm and even a bit of joy I found. And I saw it in these children as well. And I linked that back to the Parkinson's. And I think that is absolutely amazing. So I started to read the Bhagavad Gita more. I still, like I said, I'm a novice. I have a lot to learn. For me, it's a great guidebook where, especially in the West, you know, for us, it's really good. Sometimes we struggle with surrendering to what is, you know, and having faith in something that's much bigger than us. In this case, God, Krishna. So that is a bit my experience with the Bhagavad Gita. And at the moment, I felt such gratitude towards this experience and towards Prabhu Dharmayasa, who's been guiding me in this journey, that I have started to help him translate it into Dutch so that people in Holland can read this amazing book as well and hopefully get the same experiences as I did. So I want to thank you for your time and having me speak here. And I thank every single one of the speaker that I've heard because it was truly inspiring. And a big pranam to Prabhu Dharmayasa. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Your name I had to see because
Rachelle.
Rachelle, yeah. Thank you so much, Rachelle, for speaking about Bhagavad Gita. You spoke very well, and then so many teachings of Bhagavad Gita have attracted the people world over. And because Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the basic philosophy of human life.
Yes.
Therefore, everybody should study Bhagavad Gita because it tells about the reality of the life, and the purpose of our life. And all speakers in this session, I thank speakers in this session, those who have presented on various aspects of Bhagavad Gita. In fact, we are giving very limited time because of too many speakers today. And also, our main purpose of this program is not to just like to celebrate the Bhagavad Gita Jayanti. So speakers should not mind this, that only within 5 minutes, how can we present our views? Because this is only expressing the views only, not to speak about Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we can speak hours together on Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita is the storehouse of knowledge. It's a gist of all Vedas and Upanishads. Therefore, this is a kind of celebration of Bhagavad Gita Jayanti. In this celebration, in this session, all speakers have expressed it, even though we have given limited time, they have utilized it perfectly and they have expressed their views. I thank all of them. And this is a great opportunity for us to remember the Bhagavad Gita. As I told you in my presentation, the great teacher of Advaita Vedanta, Shankaracharya, says, even little bit of Bhagavad Gita is enough. Bhagavad Gita kinchidadita. So that is now today is fulfilled. And also Bhagavad Gita, even though it appears very simple, but it is very, very deep. It is very important to practice Bhagavad Gita more than to speak about Bhagavad Gita, what I feel. Because Bhagavad Gita is one of the book of Vedanta, one of the book of Prasthanatraya. So it is very important for all of us, all world citizens, to follow the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Practicing is more important than speaking about Bhagavad Gita. That is why I am not speaking much about Bhagavad Gita nowadays. I am trying to follow with the association of good people like Prabhu Dharmayasa. I thank and I appreciate the efforts of Dharmayasa, because convening such programs online is not easy. But that inspiration also he is getting from Bhagavad Gita only, I think. And therefore, thanking you again and again, Prabhu Dharmayasa, Now I invite Prabhu Dhanmayasa to say concluding words, vote of thanks of this program.
Hari Pada